This woman is a powerhouse.
We have a really impressive story here. It's always great to hear those self-made millionaires. Just a teenager
but she's a self-made millionaire, 17 years old. In just 3 short years, catapulted into a multi-million-dollar jewelry empire.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I've actually never done this on my channel before, but we are doing a little podcast interview. I have someone very special in town. I've been so excited. She has shared her life journey on YouTube for a few years and has been extremely vulnerable, sharing her infertility journey, getting scammed in her adoption process, and started a business at just 14 years old that has been wildly successful. She was in Forbes, Cosmopolitan, Good Morning America, I Lost Count, so many crazy articles, and I think she's probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met. So,
wow.
Bella!
Thank you. I feel so honored. Thank you so much.
There's so much more that I could say, but wow, powerhouse.
Thank you.
So
That's
excited.
how I feel about you, by the way.
We're just like spooning over each
Yeah,
other.
we're like, you're amazing.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. Bella has been with Buff Bunny Collection for a little while now, and we were excited to have her come out and shoot some content and just get together and hang out and get in a workout.
Oh yeah, this has been too much fun. Like all of my favorite things, looking at cute clothes, going to the gym, hanging out with you. Like it's been amazing. I love it here. I never want to leave.
Perfect. Well, Arizona's like a hop, skipping away, so
Yeah.
You're welcome to come hang out whenever you want.
Thank you.
As long as you bring Story.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Story is having the time of her life here. She's obsessed. Right now we're in the little VIP room and there's an arcade and she's just having the time of her life.
She's living her best life. So if you hear any baby cries or anything, they're good screams. She's happy. She's not crying.
She's in the background.
Awesome. Well, Bella, I want to start off. I know all the answers to these questions, but I'm just going to ask
Yeah.
as if I didn't know you. But what is your story? Where are you from?
Yeah.
What's your family like?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Bella and I started my business at 14 years old. I guess that's the most interesting thing about me is that I started my business at a young age. And honestly, I kind of started it by accident. I feel like my main goal in the beginning was to earn money for a car. And I had my goal of earning $2,000 to buy a used truck online. And it just morphed into something that I could have never even imagined. And I feel so blessed and so grateful for the whole journey. But basically, starting it at 14 years old, I saved up $350 of my babysitting money. And I asked my parents if they would match me so I could start a business. And so they matched me $350. And yeah, that's what I did. I started a business. I basically went online. The lockets have been around for forever, but I wanted to kind of reinvent the locket in a new way. And at the time, personalized jewelry was super popular. And so I knew that if you did lockets and fill them with charms, I mean, I do quotes because charms in the beginning when we started were basically like we would find earrings online, cut the backs off of earrings and like little birthstones and anything that would fit in a locket. We called it a charm. And so I started selling those to friends and family. And then basically it just started spreading around my community that these lockets and charms they're here. You guys have to get them. And so I opened up a mall kiosk in my local mall. And then from there, it just ended up, we put it online and my business kind of just blew up. Like I always use the analogy, it was like a bowling ball rolling down a hill and I couldn't catch the bowling ball just because it was just, things were selling out. And here I am like trying to balance school and a business. And all of a sudden there's just all these eyes on my business. And I'm like, what is going on? And so that's a little bit about the background of my business, but I'm married now. I adopted my daughter Story. She just turned a year old.
She's so cute.
She's the sweetest girl. We went through a whole fertility journey. I mean, it has just been such a crazy, since I was 14, now I'm about to turn 28 years old. So It's been a crazy adventure. And
oh my
I'm
gosh.
so grateful. Yeah.
Wow. There's so much to chat about. I'm so excited.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So the first thing, I guess I want to pick your brain. As a 14-year-old, that's insane. Like I'm trying to think of what I was doing at 14. I think I was like horseback riding. Like trying to think of what I was doing at 14. I was homeschooled. I think I was like climbing trees, and here you are just building an empire for yourself, which is so cool. And I guess you were talking a little bit yesterday, and I guess just to put in people's perspective, you're 14 years old. you have a flip phone.
Yes.
You put your number on these cards and they're calling you, sending you messages.
Yeah. So I made the mistake of, at our mall kiosk, every locket that was sold, I would put my personal business card in the bag. So this was around the holiday season. So everybody's coming to the mall kiosk, building lockets for their loved ones, and then shipping them all over the country. And so all of a sudden, I'm in school. I'm sitting there like taking my test. My phone is just getting blown up. And I'm realizing it's just all these numbers from all over the country. It's people who had received the lockets for the holidays and they wanted to gift another locket to one of their loved ones. And so I would run out into the hall or into the bathroom and I would answer as if I was a professional business, because I was like, I have a business. I have to be professional. So I would get a call. I'd be like, hi, this is Bella from Origami Owl. How may I help you? And they're like, oh, hi, is there a way I could place an order? I'm like, absolutely. What can I get you? And I would take their order and I would literally write their order on my arm. And then I would write like their address on my arm. And then when I would get home, I'd be like, Mom, we have to fill this order. I hope it doesn't rub off. Like, we have to fill it like right now before it rubs off. And I remember actually one distinct moment as I was taking a business call in the bathroom, someone flushed the toilet in the bathroom. And I was like, oh, just ignore that. Anyway, what can I do? Like, what can I do to help you? I'm like, this is a very professional business that I'm running. But yeah, it was like, I just feel like in the beginning I was just scrappy. Like, what can I do to just get these lockets everywhere? And it was just, oh my gosh, thinking back to that time is so wild. And I just can't believe that happened.
And it worked. I mean, you started a business with essentially $350.
Yeah.
Eventually $700. And I mean, it just kind of shows.
Yeah.
I think I have a lot of women viewers, but men too. It's just like a lot of people think you need like thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business, but you started it with $700 that you kind of tucked away over time. It wasn't like it was just showed up, you know?
Totally. And I feel like also another thing that I look back on is it doesn't matter how old or how young you are, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I feel like a lot of people, I remember in the beginning, were like, you think you can do this? You're like 14 years old. And I'm like, I just feel like I can do it. Like, I had so much like optimism, and I was just like, I can do this. I can start a business. Like, why not? Like, I don't have to be 20 to start a business. I don't have to be 30, 40, you know? It's just like, just do it. And I feel like a lot of people like wait to go after their dreams. And it's like, there's never a bad time to start.
Yes. So you can start anytime, whether you're 60 or 14 years old.
Just start.
Wild. Okay. So while you had this business, what did that look like? So you were going to school, public school, and then you would come home and go to like product development calls and meetings.
Yes. It was so wild. So I would be in school, and I would get in trouble all the time for being on my phone. I'd be texting under my desk, but literally I'm not like texting a boyfriend or anything. I'm texting my team like, hey, okay, did this come in time? Is this product in the warehouse? Did you ship out this order? Like I'm like trying to do both. And looking back, maybe I should have just like done homeschooling or something, but I really wanted the high school experience, and I wasn't going to let like my business take away from that. I still like participated in the high school musical that I wanted to be in, and like did some normal things. But the second I was done with school, I would go straight to my office, and normally I would just like go into the warehouse and fill orders because we were so backed up on orders. And I would just be filling orders all night, literally there's like pictures of me. I would fall asleep on the floor of the warehouse, like with like a little, like just under someoe's desk. And then I'd wake up, go to school. Like, it was wild. I couldn't even drive. I'd have my dad pick me up and take me to the office. And I'd be like, can you pick me up? I have to be at this meeting at 4:00. Please hurry. He like would pick me up. And then I would go to the office, and it's,
Wow. I think
fun.
that's so cool though that you kept going to school, because you could have been homeschooled. And as someone that I was homeschooled most of my life, and then I would like wanted so badly to go to public school, and I loved public school. And I guess like I'm so happy that you were able to, start this business. It's so inspiring to a lot of people, but you also still held your ground. It was like, I want that like high school experience. So it's like you got to have a little bit of both, which is so cool.
It was definitely there was a lot of sacrifice though, because I mean, if you put yourself in like a 14-year-old's brain, the things that you care about at 14 are like hanging out with your friends and like going to the parties and like, that kind of thing. And I just remember I missed all of that, like every weekend, especially because when we had our mall kiosk, I would go to the mall kiosk every day after school too. Like I was like balancing so many things. And so I remember one specific time I was so bummed because one of my friends was having this party, but I was like, I need to work. And I was so sad. But then the craziest thing happened. It was during a really busy time too. All of my friends showed up at the mall kiosk and they like hung out with me while I was selling my product. And I was like, that just is so sweet.
I have goosebumps.
It was
That's
so
sweet.
It's so cool to see people support you, and you know, especially my friends at the time, being young kids, they were so great. So
They're probably like, you're crazy, Bella, but we're going to come hang
They're
out
like,
with
"We're
you.
gonna we'll come help you at your mall kiosk."
Wow. So as a 14-year-old, and I mean, just continuing through the high school, was there any times that you got overwhelmed?
All the time. Yeah. There was there was a lot of tears. There was also a time I did like a whole press tour, and I think it was my junior year, where I was like going all over. I did 20 cities in 30 days. And that's when I was like, I did like Cosmopolitan and all of that stuff, and I met with Forbes, and it was wild. I had to miss a lot of school.
Yeah, because that was a whole month, right?
Yeah, and we went around, and it was wild. It was wild.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot to juggle as a kid, but I mean,
Yeah.
were your parents kind of helping with the business too?
Oh yeah, my mom, she's the CEO of my company now, and she's great. I mean, she's always been so inspiring. But yeah, she would like hold down the fort and be like, "All right, you go." And then it was wild, just the whole thing. But
That's like when I heard that story, 'cause I remember you telling me about, you know, Origami Owl,
Yeah.
and you starting when you were 14, but I guess I didn't really like deep dive into it too much, because like I
Yeah.
just follow your YouTube and your Instagram, and I'd watch your videos and stuff. But hearing that yesterday, you know, because we talked a little deeper about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that type of pressure on a 14, 15-year-old.
Yes.
But it sounds like you just genuinely loved what you did.
yeah, I was loving it. I mean, it was such a cool experience and opportunity. I had so much fun, and it definitely wasn't a normal teenage
Childhood.
experience in childhood. But looking back, I'm like, what a cool opportunity to be able to experience that and to be able to get to do that. It was so cool.
Yes. What would you say is a secret to like all the success at that time? Do you think it was like a combination of like creativity and luck at the time, or do you think that you had something that really stood out and honestly still stands out to this day with
Yeah.
other companies?
I really feel like people can feel your passion and your heart and your intention. And truly, my intention at the time was not to make money. Like I was happy if I made like my $2,000 and then I got my little car. But after that, it was like, I feel like I was meeting so many cool people, and like the people who were loving our jewelry, and like the stories that I was hearing through our jewelry, like people could just like feel the passion. I have to share the story with you. I haven't told you this.
I already have goosebumps.
I remember, this is like the story I always share because it was that impactful for me. But I was at my mall kiosk after school, and I was helping a woman assemble a locket. And so we have these like itty bitty charms, and it's like a locket. You just like pick your
Yeah.
charms out. And so I would go up to the customer. I'm like, "Hi, can I help you pick charms?" And she's like, "Yeah, I actually know exactly what I want." I'm like, "Okay, what can I help you find?" She's like, "I need 2 sunflower charms." I'm like, "Great." So I lead her to the sunflowers. She picks them out and she puts them in the locket. And I just see her like standing there, like staring at the locket. And then she was pretty quiet after that. And I was like, "Are you okay? Like, I can help you check out." So I check her out. I was like, "If you don't mind me asking, why 2 sunflowers?" Because normally I would like encourage people to put a couple more charms in there to make it more tell their story and whatnot.
Or different ones.
Yeah, more
right?
different
Yeah.
things. And she immediately starts crying, and she goes, "Well, I just recently lost my twins. I had decorated their nursery with sunflowers, and so I have like their room sitting there with sunflowers, and I just want to wear this as a reminder of my babies." I literally get like choked up every time thinking about that, just how like, I don't know, and here I am just sitting at the mall kiosk and like thinking like, why is she doing this? And it's just so cool to see that a piece of jewelry can really mean something to someone.
Yeah.
And so she has a little reminder of her babies. But I remember she walked away, and that was the first time that I started crying, because I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is so much more than like me
Just a
getting a car,
locket.
just a locket, you know? It's like, this is impactful for people. And I think that's just what kept me going, is because after that, I would always ask people like, why did you make this? Like, I want to hear your story. And I got to connect with so many people, and it was the coolest experience.
Wow. That I do think it's like, it's so different creating a locket where it's like, okay, you can put like a family photo in there or something.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing your lockets. It's like having them be so, it's like there's personalized where it's like your name and stuff, which
Yeah.
is so cool. And I'm a big fan of that. I love those.
Me too.
And I'm definitely getting the one that you have coming out. Oh. But I think it's different. Like the charms that you do, it just makes it, it's a deeper personalization
Yeah,
that you're
definitely.
doing. And I think that is so cool. And one of my grounds trainers the other day too, because I was talking about you. This was a few months ago, I think, actually. I'm like the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, Bella." She's like, "Oh my gosh, Origami Owl! I got the teacher edition one," and I was like, and she was like talking about how much it meant to her because she's a teacher, and although she retired, she's just like, "I will always love being a teacher," and it's so cool because it's so much more than just like a personalized locket. It's just little charms that like makes up your whole life, which is so cool.
I love seeing what people create, and it's so cool. Every single piece of jewelry that we put out now, we want it to have intention and meaning behind it. Like that's the most important thing for us. And so as our brand has evolved, we don't only just sell lockets anymore. We have so many different pieces, but I was able to create one for my whole infertility journey, and it was a piece that I wore literally to every appointment, my IVF journey, and it says overcome on it. And it had the fertility flower on there, and it was just something that I would just like wear as a reminder that I was going to overcome my infertility, and it's just such a great reminder. And so now a lot of women actually message me, they wear that piece and they're
do?
as they're going through their infertility journey, and I'm like, it's amazing that like just what a little reminder can do for someone.
Yeah, it's like when you put it on, you feel stronger.
Yeah,
right?
it's just that simple little reminder, and I just love it.
It's like that badge of honor, if you will.
Yes.
Just putting it on, you just feel like strong
Yes.
and powerful. I love that. Wow. Okay, so another question is, with these lockets and all the jewelry, and it's you do so much more than just the lockets. Like I got some earrings the other day; they were iconic. I love them.
I think it's funny.
But-
She ordered them. I'm like, you could have just texted me. I would have sent
Nah.
you. All of a sudden, I'm on Instagram. I'm like, did Heidi seriously just order these earrings? She didn't tell me.
I know. I was scrolling and I was like, oh my god, I need those earrings right now.
Like, is she for real?
I needed them. I needed them so bad. No, they're so cute because I'm like in my pearl phase right
Me
now
too.
with just the time of the
Yes.
year, like everything at my wedding. I was like, I need pearls, everything, and then like continuing on, and it was like the perfect heart shaped with pearls.
Yes.
It's really hard to find.
Yeah, they're so cute.
So I needed them.
I love those.
The whole adoption process. Because I remember watching these videos and being like, wow. Because adoption, it's like, I guess as someone, and I mean, maybe I'm just a little bit ignorant. I've never really looked into it too much, but watching your videos on it, I was like, wow. And then I have some other friends that have adopted, and they were telling me just like the scamming that can happen and the time it can take and all of these like hurdles, as someone that like I didn't know, I was like, oh, I guess like you just sign up to be the first for like a family to come to you, and then like you're able to adopt the child, and like it's it, right?
Yep.
But
That's what you think. But
that's what you
it's
think.
not.
But oh my, so do you want to share a little bit of how that process was? Like how do you, when you first want to adopt, do you go on a website and sign up, or like how does that work?
The first thing you do is you have to do a lot of research. I feel like that's the first thing we did. We wanted to make sure we were adopting ethically, especially because we had experienced an adoption scam. I feel like I was like you. I was very naive to the whole adoption world.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know a whole lot about it, but I'm so grateful we were able to like navigate and go through that ethically. We found the most incredible adoption consultant agency that really helped us navigate our whole adoption. And man, adoption is so beautiful, and there's so many different paths that you can take with adoption. But for us, we went through an adoption consultant agency, and they basically helped us find the most ethical agencies in the United States to be able to adopt our daughter. And the cool thing is with adoption, you create a profile book about your life. And so me and Dallin created that. We worked really long and hard on that. And then you can present that to a birth mother, and then she normally gets presented like multiple those books, and then the birth mother is able to choose your profile book. And so that's what happened with us, is we presented our book to Story's birth mother, and then she chose us, and It was the greatest day of my whole life. I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
So cool.
Oh my goodness. So when you say ethical, what is the unethical parts of adoption?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, with adoption, there's a lot of scams, and you have to be really cautious that you're doing everything ethically. I mean, we did get scammed in the beginning, and it was really, really hard. But basically, people will do. I've heard of just all these different wild scams. I mean, people will scam you for money, or I mean, in our case, we never paid the woman that we got scammed by, but she just emotionally scammed us, I guess, and we went through that, and that was really hard. But that was yeah, I mean, I just was not aware of how much scamming happens in the adoption world. And even I've heard of unethical agencies that scam just for money, and you never end up adopting, but they're just an unethical agency that scams you for money. And so you just have to really, like, if you really do your research and deep dive, you will find those ethical agencies. I can recommend ours a million times. It's Christian Adoption Consultants, CAC. They are incredible. So I feel like I would use them over and over again for adoption. They're just amazing.
I'll put the link down below in the video description.
The
so people
biggest
can
thing
see.
I think that I look for now is I want to make sure that the birth mother is getting taken care of, because a lot of the unethical ones, they could care less about the expecting mother or the birth mother. And for us, like the thing I cared about is I'm like, I want to make sure she's taken care of. I want to make sure that, you know, everything, like she could get the therapy she needs, the help she needs, like anything to make her feel comfortable in this experience. And you'll know pretty quickly if an agency is ethical, if they're really looking out for the expecting mother or the birth mother.
Wow. Okay, so you can kind of tell in that first meeting, like, about
Yeah.
how they care for the mom.
Yeah, I mean, she's the most important person. You want to make sure she's taken care of. And so I'm so grateful for the experience we had with Christian Adoption Consultants. They were amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's good
Yeah.
to know. I mean, I feel like this is so educational for
Yeah.
people that maybe haven't looked into adoption quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had no idea about the scamming and the things that can happen.
Yeah.
And like not
It's
taking
wild.
care of the birth mother is like a huge thing.
Yes, like the most important thing, right? So I'm like, got to make sure we take care of the birth mothers out
Yeah.
there. They're important and amazing.
Yes. Wow. Okay. So you went through like a lot of hardship with your whole journey with that.
Yeah.
And then what about when they told you that about Story?
Oh my goodness.
So what was that like?
The day that we found out that her birth mother chose us to be Story's parents, we were at the gym, and we were waiting. Every day we were waiting to hear, because we had submitted our profile book to the birth mother to be chosen, but there were multiple other families who were also submitting. So you don't ever expect to be chosen. You just like hope and pray. And so we were at the gym, just normal day, and then we were just like every day just like waiting for the phone call. And then we get home. I'm literally in my gym clothes, and I've posted the video of like me getting that call.
Yeah.
And then we got the call, and they were like, her birth mother chose you, like you need to come get her like right now. And we're like, right now? And so then I'm like freaking out, because on the call they're like, you're a mom now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like the first time that had like sunk in that like I'm a mother, like I need to go get my baby girl. And so yeah, I literally was like freaking out, and I've posted that video, and it was the most special, surreal day of my entire life. We went and we were able to go meet our daughter, and I mean, she was just beautiful and amazing. And I just can't even, I can't even believe that happened. She's just the best thing that's ever happened to us.
She's everything.
She's the best thing.
the cutest. She's here somewhere.
Yeah, she's here somewhere.
I was like, I heard her for a second. So getting that call, you went like within like 2 hours, you went to go pick her up?
Yeah, we were like running around, getting the car seat, getting her clothes, getting us packed, like everything, just like getting ready to go get her and meet her. And I was so nervous to meet her. I mean, like, how are you supposed to go meet your daughter for the first time? Like, it's wild. Yeah, it was such a wild experience.
Oh my gosh.
She was so tiny and precious.
so little. Oh my
So
goodness. And I remember us chatting. It was like last year, like right after you became a mom.
Yeah.
Was
Yes,
it right after?
that's-
It
yeah.
was. Yeah, it was around that time. I was
yeah.
like, wait, this is for real this time. This is for real this time. Because I remember you had gone through being scammed by the whole adoption process. I was like, my heart broke for you. But my sister-in-law, she has, I think it's called HG. So she's like bedridden for 10 months.
Yeah.
Like throws up 9 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
Wild. Women are so incredible.
That's crazy.
And she does it for every pregnancy. And I'm like,
oh my
because she's like, I want these babies so much. So she had 3. And then her 4th one, she ended up adopting because she was like, this is going to be so hard. And it was kind of like a serendipitous moment where they knew someone that, they knew a baby that needed to be taken in. So it was kind of like it was like fate. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
But being able to just like be as hands-on as you want is so great.
Yeah.
Because I always tell my team, and I'm like just paranoid maybe, I'm like, guys, like you guys have to be able to make all these decisions without me, because if I have HG and I'm bedridden for 10 months and you're like, Heidi, please don't get HG. But I'm like, that can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, you're gonna have to find a new fit model, because I can't be the fit
it
model
won't be
forever.
me.
It won't be me. I'm gonna be like super pregnant unless it's maternity leggings.
You'll be so cute though.
I'm excited.
It'll be so cute. Hopefully soon. I'm crossing my fingers.
Yes, I was like, we
baby
appreciate
dust.
all the baby dust,
All the baby dust.
Yes, I love that term. I recently learned about that, and I was like, baby dust. I was like, send it my way. I love it. Love to know, one, what is your best tip for people starting? Because I know I have a lot of my girls are like, I want to start a business, or I want to start a personal brand. I want to start vlogging, and they get kind of nervous and shy.
Yeah.
And then 2, like the kind of like the pros and cons to it.
Yes. Okay. My biggest, like, people come up to us all the time and are like, I really want to start a YouTube channel, really want to do this, but I don't have a camera, but I don't have this, I don't have, like all these things. And I'm like, you do not need a specific thing to get started. Film on your phone. If you have a camera, film on your camera. Like a lot of our vlogs are shot on our phone, and I just feel like this applies to everything. If you're waiting for something, if you say, I'm gonna do this and then I'll be able to do this, it's like, if you're waiting for something, it's just never gonna happen. Like, just start. Like you just have to get started. I'm telling you, like, I never would have thought that our channel could be where it's at today. Like, we just hit 3 million subscribers. Like, it's crazy.
Wild.
And you're about to hit 1 million
one day.
No, you're like so close.
If we start posting more.
Post more. You're so close. And it's just like, you never know what you could do. Like, just start with your business. Start, if you have an idea, just make it happen. And just chase your dreams. Like with YouTube especially, it's just like, I feel like anybody can do it. People say like, but I don't have an interesting life. And it's like, people love watching all types of content.
Yes.
Like there's like, you can make your own genre. Like literally just film your day and people will be entertained. I love watching that kind of video. It's like,
same. I love people watching.
There's an audience for everybody. And so it's just like, just get started. Post
something.
Don't get a camera. Film on your phone. And then like evolve, just keep evolving. Like then get a camera once you like start to get the hang of it, and just keep going, just post.
And iPhones are great. Like they take
the quality,
great quality content.
Yes. Sometimes like when I'm watching a video, I'm like, man, the iPhone did a great job. Like I feel like it looks so high quality.
Yes.
So
you can't tell.
No, it's just start. Just
the
post.
fancy cameras are nice, but maybe like wait till you invest a little bit, or if you want to at first, go for it. But
all I'm saying is just like, don't wait until you have a camera to start your YouTube channel. Just like, if you don't have one, then great, use your phone.
Use your phone.
Yeah.
That's what I started in the beginning. Is I started on my iPhone way back in the day, and like I remember I would fill up my phone, and then I would put on my computer and then delete it and continue my day, because it was like baby storage back in the day. This was like,
we had like no storage
12 years ago or something like that, and so we didn't have much storage on the iPhones. So last question was, what do you think there are the pros and the cons to putting your life out on social media?
I think there's a lot of pros and a lot of cons. As you may
laugh.
know. Yeah. I mean, some of the big pros for me is just like meeting other people and connecting with people online. I feel like connection is all we have on this earth, right? I mean, I love meeting people. I love connecting with others. And I love sharing our story and our journey and inspiring people through like our infertility, through our adoption, and seeing our family. The cons, I guess, is people knowing a lot about our life, but I don't even know if that's a bad thing, because I feel like I love sharing our life, and I love, like, my favorite thing about social media is looking back on our old videos and being like, man, I'm so glad we documented that, because now we have this forever. It's like our diary almost. And So we have a lot of special moments online. I feel like there's definitely more pros than there are cons.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I love watching old videos. Like I have ones
the
of like me and
best.
my family in Alaska, and I
Yes.
love watching. It's like, oh my
like,
gosh,
oh.
it's like my nieces and nephews were so little, and like I'll send
Yes.
videos to my sister sometimes. I'm like, look how little Jace was.
So it's the best looking back.
It is. It truly is like a diary, being able to
Yeah.
document all of those.
It's so
And then what
special.
are some? What would you say some cons are?
Yeah, cons, just I guess, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is so positive that we've experienced. I guess like maybe just like dealing with hate online is like the worst part of the job, but also I feel like I've gotten to a point where I don't really care what people say. Like feel confident in where we're at as a family and like myself, that like
Yeah.
some random Karen is not gonna affect me anymore.
Bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen. But I guess that could just be the cons. It's like people always having an opinion about everything that you do is a
Yeah.
hard thing, you know? But you learn to kind of I feel like you grow some thick skin if you're
Yes.
online, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, you definitely grow thick skin over time. Now it's like
Yeah.
I see stuff that I feel like it doesn't like
yeah, you're just
it
like,
doesn't phase me almost at all. Every once in a while, something I'm like, if I'm like feeling emotional, I'm on my
wow.
period, I'm like,
Yeah,
being
I'm
chocolate,
like,
like, why would you say that?
that was really mean.
That was
Okay.
really rude.
Did they mean that?
So after 2 seconds, I'm like, nah.
Like, actually, it's fine.
And then every once in a while, I will respond to a sassy comment. I'm
Oh,
just like,
I know. Sometimes it
sometimes
takes
I
everything
enjoy
in
it.
me. I have to just be like, okay, it's fine.
Like,
it's
"Ooh,
fine.
I
And then
can
blocked.
relax."
They're blocked immediately.
Blocked immediately.
You know, the restrict feature is actually really nice on Instagram. Have you seen that?
That's
I-
where you can restrict someone. Like they can
So-
keep commenting, but no one ever sees it.
Yeah, they can comment all they want, but
no one sees
only
it.
they can see it. They have no idea they're restricted. So I can see it, they can see it, but no one else sees it. So I'm like, it's kind of funny because I'm like, I still get their follow, but
And their
no one-
engagement.
and their engagement, but no one
But
will
no
see
one's
it,
seeing
and they
it.
have no idea. So I'm like, if you're a troll, you're probably restricted on my page. And I laugh because I'm like, you're commenting all these things and me and you are in like a secret little chat room. I'm like, no one else is seeing this.
And I feel like sometimes they do it to get attention. Like they'll
Yeah.
say it so people like reply back and like banter.
Actually, a lot of times, like, unfortunately, this is sad, but like people look for negative attention. And so like I'll get like a DM from someone saying like something so mean. And then I comment back, I'm like, wow, that was like really mean. Like, hope you have a better day. And then they comment back, I was kidding. I love you. How are you doing? Everything's great. And I'm like, whoa, like, did you just want I would have responded if you were nice too. Like, you did not have to be mean, you know?
Yeah, like chill out. Like Karen,
That was really mean.
that was
My
really
feelings are
mean.
hurt. I'm tearing up.
But when you I guess like what helped you when you first started getting those type of comments where they were kind of
Yeah.
mean and uncalled for, but was it kind of like a shock, or do you kind of remember going through
Yeah.
like a lot of negativity at any point?
There's
and how you
definitely-
kind of dealt with that?
Yeah, there's definitely a time where I felt more affected by the mean comments. But then I realized I had this crazy realization. Actually, Dallin told me this. He's like, you cannot please everyone. You could literally, I could post a video right now and say, the sky is blue. And someone would be like, no, it's not. Today it looks more white. It's not blue. It's, you know,
Yeah.
like it's not, it's so cloudy out. Why would you even say the sky is blue today? You know? And it's like, I had that realization, like someone will find, everybody sees things differently, and that's okay. It's the beautiful thing in
Yes.
life. We're all so different. We all have different opinions, but let's just all agree to disagree, okay?
Yeah, it's like we're all just out here doing
We're
our
all
best.
just doing. That's the thing. I feel like we're all just doing our best. I know my intentions. I know like what my intentions are, and I'm content with that.
Yes.
As long as the comments that will affect me these days are if they come from someone I know. If you have my phone number and you personally know me, or a family member, those are the only time like negative comments that would actually affect me. But if you don't know me, you don't have my phone number, then I'm normally not really affected by that. Just because I'm like, they
that's
don't
a
actually
good-
know me.
Yeah, you're right. If they don't have your number, don't let it affect you.
We like,
because they really don't know you.
I mean, you know this. We put like 10-minute videos of our whole, like, imagine how much of our life that people don't see. And it's like, you can't just judge me off of one video, because
you only
that's
saw 10
10 minutes of my
minutes.
day. It's funny, like, people will comment and be like, during our travel videos, like, Story didn't nap this entire day. Like, how mean? I'm like, do you think that we were gonna film every nap that she took? Like, she totally
she's sleeping.
she took 3 naps, you know? And it's like, but people don't see those things, and so they comment that, and I'm like, I promise you, like, there's so much of my life you just don't see behind the scenes. So
People are wild.
yeah,
But growing the thick skin
yeah.
definitely helps.
Going to the gym and getting out that Oh
that
yeah,
stress, that
throwing
anger
some
away.
weights
Yeah,
around. Let's throw some weights around. I'm so
I'm
excited to work out with you.
excited. We're gonna get a grounds workout
Grounds.
today.
I have my own personal grounds trainer.
Yes, the personal trainer to Pocket.
Is your friend a grounds trainer? I don't think so. I'm just
but hers is. I think with that, I would say that that's definitely helped me with business, and then also
Yeah.
just with like social media, just in the whenever you get like those negative comments in the past. Now I'm good. It's like I'm kind
Yeah.
of like on the same fence as you, where it's like if they don't personally know you, don't let it affect
Totally.
you. or
Like, why
anything
would I
that.
let that ruin my day?
Every once in a while, I'll just like have a little fun, and I'll just respond back to a negative
When I'm
comment.
feeling sassy.
Yeah, when I feel kind of like sassy,
Yeah.
but usually it's like their comment doesn't even hurt me. I'm just like trying to make a point. Like usually if it's a guy that says something
Yeah.
silly, I'll just like say something sassy back, put on my story, and I'm like, ha,
You're like, boom.
get it, boom. Like the girls have my back.
Oh my goodness.
But I think that, it's like when you first get those comments sometimes on social media, I remember first getting them and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But I know it's like, was it one of my girlfriends in my family, it's like a popular quote, but it's like, you could be the ripest, juiciest
Yep.
peach, but someone still might not like peaches. And then they would be like,
Exactly.
and you're also allergic to peaches.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. So it's like,
true.
it doesn't matter what you say. The sky's blue. It's like that dress. Have you seen that dress?
Yeah,
Where it's like, is it blue or gold or
yeah.
black? And everyone sees something different.
Totally.
So it's different perspective, different views. And it's like, but we can
Yeah.
all just
We can all just agree
get
to disagree,
along.
get along. And at the end of the day, I really do feel like our community is amazing. We receive probably 99.9% positive comments, which I'm so grateful for. So I
Yes.
feel happy about that.
Yeah, same with mine. I get like majority is like all
Yeah.
like kindness. I think it's just like, I think if people see that you're just
Yeah.
trying to put like good in the world and just trying to help people with like sharing your journey or whatever you're sharing, it's like people see that.
Yeah.
They can see like the genuineness.
Definitely.
And like that kind of goes back to that business thing that you mentioned earlier about like you were so passionate in your business.
Yep.
Because I'm a big believer in that. Like if you genuinely love your products and like what you're
Yeah.
trying to sell or what you're trying to build or trying to create, and it's like money is not the main thing that you're chasing after. It's like
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in, it's like if you chase your passion, what you love doing, money ends up following because people see the
Yeah.
amazing product that you create.
Well, something about you and Christian, like every time I see you guys, you're always repping your brand, and that's so admirable because I know like there's some people out there who like create a product and they don't even wear their own product, and I'm like, you guys are like, you rep your brand so
We
hard.
love it. We love
it's
our
because
brands.
it's that good,
It
It's
is.
just that good, and so I admire that about you guys.
Thanks. It was so funny because the other day we were talking and Christian was like, I can't imagine not making clothes because what would I wear? And
He's
I
like,
go,
what would
I was like,
wear?
what would I wear? And I
You're
was like,
wait a minute.
I don't even know what I would wear because there's nothing
It's
out there that I like so
you're
much.
I just
this.
love my things. Buff Fun is the
Yeah,
best.
it's because like you're making like we make clothes that we genuinely love, and then
Yeah.
also like I make clothes for every woman, every body. And I'm
Exactly.
like, I don't even know what I would wear. It's crazy. But I also love wearing my friends' brands too. Like
Yeah,
whenever
totally.
my friends have businesses, I'm always like
because you're supportive.
getting their stuff, and yeah,
Yes.
and it's like all of our friends create products that they genuinely love,
Yep.
like Origami Owl. It's
Yeah.
like you can see the heart and soul that goes into it. So
Yeah.
it's like, and the earrings were great. I'm like, great. This is like, I know it's gonna be a great product. Perfect, win-win.
Thank you.
But yeah, this was super fun.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Bella.
gosh, this has been so fun. I feel honored. Subscribe
We
to
just
Heidi's channel.
Subscribe to Bella's
Let's get her to
channel.
a million.
Let's get her to
Woohoo.
a million. Let's get you to 5,
Oh my
10
gosh.
million. I want to see this new plaque.
That would be crazy.
I want to see this new plaque. It's
That'd be
wild
crazy.
because you have the 100K, 1
Yes.
mil, and then the next
I think
one's
it's 10 million.
10 million.
The
Let's get
diamond
you
play
to
button.
10.
I want that so bad.
Let's get you to 10.
Be epic.
But I'm going to go ahead and put Bella's socials down below so you guys can
Yay.
follow her, check her out, go see her beautiful daughter. I was going to have her do like a little,
Aw.
have her like pop in,
Yeah,
but no,
I
you're
know
going to
where
have
she
to
is.
go watch her on
Oh,
Bella's channel. So
Perfect. Thank you so much.
thanks for hanging out, Bella.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.